Alright guys, I told you I'd make a video on how I did this, so if anybody else wants to do it, they can. Okay, first of all, I went and got me a 1-wire GM alternator. I got a pulley from Tractor Supply. Originally I had welded it, but I had a clearance problem with the belt rubbing the shroud. So I had to cut the welds off, drill some holes, and actually put spacers in between it to raise the pulley up some more. Okay, this right here, this is a piece of metal off an old seat bracket for a Craftsman. And then this piece right here, I made this mount right here. You guys can see that. That is actually a Generation 1 Craftsman steering bracket that I had cut in half. And then I welded a bolt to it, a nut to it, and a bolt, or yeah, just a bolt. So the alternator will sit on it and swing back and forth. And then this tightens it up, the nut does, and then over here, this is actually notched. So I can actually move the alternator back and forth to tighten and loosen the belt. Also too, everybody just says on the internet that that Generation 2 steering just drops right in. They're full of it. I wound up cutting a whole frame piece out of another lawnmower, use it as a template, and laid it in there and cut it out with a plasma cutter. That was about a day, but all the Generation 2 steering lines right up once you cut the holes in the frame for it. As far as wiring the starter, or not starter, but the alternator, it's just with 1 wire to a positive to the battery, which I just got it right there on the solenoid, and then the little exciter wire, I just tied it into the main wire. It works perfect. I actually got a snorkel on this thing. It actually started out as a racing mower, then we went to mud mowers. So this is my snorkel right there. I made that out of a 14 horse Intech plastic breather shroud, whatever you want to call it. I just filed it down with a grinder, drilled some holes in it. Went to the hardware store, got me one of these little rubber boots and some hose clamps and some pipe. And it works. As far as tires, anybody's interested, the tires are 22 by 11s. They fit perfect with just enough clearance. I think this is the biggest tire you can put on it without moving the body up or anything like that. I currently have the back of it off because, well, I wanted to show you the pulley on the back. I think it's a 2-inch or 2.5 inch. Yeah, let me get down here and show you. Actually, pulley set up on this thing. Get down there. It's got a idler pulley. We made that out of one of the feet brackets on a Pull Pro lawnmower, and we just drilled a hole in it, put a pulley there for a guide. Homemade guides around the back pulley. It never falls off and it never slips. You look up in there, I got another idler pulley over there. Basically, this one just keeps the belt off the shifter. In the back, I gotta drill some more holes to put a battery box on it because I can run a car battery in the back of it with a battery box. And the fuel tank fits like a glove right underneath the seat. Doesn't hit or nothing. I had to put that there when I did the alternator. The front tires, they're actually off a 125 four-wheeler, Chinese four-wheeler, I think. I just had to turn them inside out and use the hubs and buy different bearings for them. And the wiring, I ain't gonna lie, the wiring's a mess right now, guys. I gotta do a lot of trim and tuck on it. It started out as an 11 horse, then it went to a 14, back to the 11, blew the 11 up, and then I wound up with this Kawasaki engine I put on it. And man, it's a monster. It is. It never. If we take it out and romp with it, it never breaks at all. And then a couple weeks from now, as you can see, if I can zoom in, I got that four-wheeler right there. I'm gonna take that suspension. I'm gonna put it right on the front of this, and then the disc brake. Because this thing, believe it or not, as fast as this thing is, it has no brakes. You just kind of like got to judge where you stop. So I'm gonna take that disc brake setup, hydraulic brake, and I'm going to put it on the back of it. And then after all that's done, I'm going to clean it up real nice, take it apart, and I'm going to paint it up really nice. I think it's going to be really cool. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. And I apologize for the camera quality, by the way. The last video I looked at didn't look too good. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I'm videoing it with an iPhone and then uploading it to YouTube. It looks like crap when it uploads to YouTube for some reason. I haven't figured that one out yet. All right, let me know what you guys think.